Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Sebastian, aka Sebas, and today we are back with hot takes for the 2022 NFL season. As you guys may know, next month, I want to say September 9th, I can't remember the exact date, the Buffalo Bills will kick off with the LA Rams for the 2022 NFL season. I'm very excited, especially with school coming back around. I'm getting ready for another year at Walter Cronkite Sports Journalism. I'm very excited for the NFL, and then why not start it off with some hot takes. We're here with Sportskeeda. We have 5 different websites that I looked up, checked out, and then I want to see different guys' hot takes, and I hope it's going to be a good one. We'll go to the very first one, which is going to be the Miami Dolphins misses out on the playoffs. I feel like this is 50-50. If I'm being honest with you, 50-50. I gotta see it the first game. I think week 1 is gonna tell out the different stories between every team. Miami Dolphins, it's no different. I am a Tua stan. I do believe in Tua Tagovailoa. He's a very good quarterback, not because he's a lefty. I really love left quarterbacks, and I really hope that within the league growing, there should be more NFL lefty quarterbacks to represent the NFL. But the Dolphins acquired Tyreek Hill. They're gonna look great. It just depends between Tua Tagovailoa. Is he gonna step up? Is the Dolphins defense gonna step up? They're in a very tough division with the Patriots coming back with Mac Jones. Obviously the Buffalo Bills, Super Bowl contenders, if anything, to see if Josh Allen has a creative season. But other than that, Miami Dolphins mission on the playoffs just depends on Tua. 50-50 shot. Shoot, man, it's a tough one. Personally, I actually do think the Dolphins will make the playoffs, considering the last 2 seasons. They did really well. In fact, like 2 years ago, I think they went 10-7, and they just barely missed the playoffs. But, it's going to be a very tough one. I'm very excited for the Dolphins, and I really hope the Dolphins do make it. I want to see different teams in the playoffs every year. Spice us up, not the same boring teams. Not throwing at the Packers, of course, they'll probably lose at the playoffs, but hey, we'll see. We'll go to the very next one. Our very next one, which is the Minnesota Vikings wins the NFC North. This probably won't happen. I truly believe that the Green Bay Packers dominate the NFC North. I just don't see a team beating them. Even with Devontae Adams leaving the Packers, it's just so hard to see the Vikings win, especially with Kirk Cousins. I don't want to bash Kirk Cousins. I actually think he's a very reliable and a viable quarterback. However, I just feel like he's just not on the level to take a team to the playoffs, especially with the Minnesota Vikings. Oh, no, let me take that back. Hold up. Let me take that back. I do think they're actually a playoff team. The Vikings are, but winning the division against a very tough Packers team, it's gonna be a very tough one. It's just so hard to see. Other than that, the only competition is the Packers, unless the Justin Fields Bears step up, and then I believe in the Lions. I do think they're a better team than what the record's given to them, but it's just who steps up. Kirk Cousins needs to have a spectacular year in order for them to win the NFC North. If not, it's just going to be Packers, Aaron Rodgers, A-Rod, carrying the team to probably another number 1 seed, just to lose probably to the Niners or something like that. It's so easy to tell, but it's so hard to give it thumbs up to the Vikings. But much more to Minnesota, I really do. Number 3, yikes! Just realized I got this on. Mitch Trubisky looks like an NFL franchise quarterback. I don't know. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say Mitch Trubisky won't take Pittsburgh to the playoffs. It's just so hard for them to see, and this spectacular year when Chicago went, I think it was 12-4, and they made it to the wild card just to lose to the field goal against Philadelphia. It's just so hard to see Mitch Trubisky. He's not a good, reliable quarterback. I just feel like the defense that year just carried the team to a very spectacular record, but they just didn't show up. And Mitch Trubisky not having a spectacular season, you could say he had an okay season. It's just like the Blake Bortles season when he had with Jacksonville when they went to the NFC Championship, and which they lost. They blew that 14-point lead against the Patriots. I just feel like the defense, defense wins championships. It's just a common occurrence. Defense will win championships, whether you like it or not. Unless you are Peyton Manning and I forgot what year, 2013 Broncos, that number 1 offense that carried them to the Super Bowl, but they lost to the number 1 defense, Seattle. Mitch Trubisky does not look like an NFL franchise quarterback. He could prove me wrong. I'm all for people proving me wrong. I love it, but I just don't see Mitchell Trubisky taking Pittsburgh far. And there's going to be competition with Kenny Pickett as well. gonna be hard to see. I'm very excited for Pittsburgh though. They have some competition within the quarterback replacing Big Ben. Yeah. We reached number 2. Number 2, ladies and gents. Joe Burrow wins NFL MVP. This won't happen. I guarantee you this won't happen. They had a lucky ride to the Super Bowl last year. I love you, Cincinnati. However, I just feel like it's a fluke. It was so shocking that the Kansas City's blew that AFC Championship last year. If anything, it's probably Josh Allen gonna win the MVP. I just don't see Joe Burrow unless him and Chase Young just connect. Wait, no, not Chase Young. Shoot, what was his name? We're cutting this out. But oh man, I don't believe Joe Burrow can take it off. I love you, Joe Shiesty, but with their O-line being absolutely horrific, as you can see right here, getting sacked 51 times in the regular season, and an extra 19 times in the playoff run. I just don't see it happening. Joe Burrow, make your plays. Become that person you wanted to lead. And honestly, I want to see you back in the Super Bowl. I feel like you should have won it last year, but losing to the eventual champs, the Rams, he just looked unstoppable with Cooper Kupp. But hey, Joe Burrow, I believe will not win the NFL MVP, but prove me wrong. I'm always for that. So to the next one. Los Angeles Rams win back-to-back Super Bowls. This is not even a hot take. What is this, people? It probably will happen. Who's gonna beat the Rams? They look so stacked after picking up Allen Robertson, another receiver. They could probably re-sign OBJ. Perhaps something could happen there. And then they even picked up Bobby Wagner. So everyone just come play to LA. It's just the Lakers again. You know, everyone come play for LA. Who doesn't want to play for LA? I just feel like they just have no salary cap. They just get money from the back of their hands or something. It's just like, I just don't believe this is a hot take. It's like this list is not even accurate, to be honest. But, like, it's just so hard to see, you know. Who's gonna stop the Rams? I just don't see it. They picked up so many weapons. They have so many weapons too within Cooper Kupp having an MVP season caliber last year. They got Matthew Stafford, who I believe is actually one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Who he even excelled when he was with Detroit. It's just Detroit didn't have that. It just wasn't a whole team, you know. In order to win an NFL championship, you must win as a team. It isn't a single team effort or single player effort, excuse me. Except your Cooper Kupp, you know, who could guard him? No one could guard Cooper Kupp. But maybe if you're Jalen Ramsey, but unfortunately playing the same team. So this is hard. I just don't see a team being like, who's going to stop the Rams? Perhaps the Buccaneers. I totally forgot about the Buccaneers. Maybe the Buccaneers could have a competition. They just signed Julio Jones. Oh, that's going to be a tough one. I truly believe they probably meet in the NFC Championship game if the scheduling or like the seeding goes well. But I do believe the Rams will win back-to-back Super Bowls. I don't even think this is a hot take. I think it does happen. But hey, this is the first list. Sportskeeda, thank you so much for offering this list. Let's go on to the second one. We are here with Double Move Football. Of course, all these articles are free to read. Go ahead and check them out if you guys want to head out. I can't even speak. All right, hot take number 1. All 4 teams from the AFC West will make the playoffs. I saw this before I started recording. Is this even possible? Can 4 teams? I've never seen it happen. I've never seen this happen. Like 4 teams from the AFC West to make the playoffs? What? Well, I mean, I don't know. The AFC West, who is it? The Broncos, Kansas City, the Chargers, and the Raiders? Hot take, you know. This is hot takes anyways, but Broncos make it for sure. I think Russell Wilson will change the Broncos forever, or until their contracts or whatever. I do believe, I'm not far-fetched, but I do believe Russell Wilson will take Broncos to the playoffs. Maybe not that far, but I do think they're a playoff team. Concho Bruggies, let's ride. Funny. Kansas City, you can't count them out. They're always making the playoffs with Patrick Mahomes as their quarterback. The Chargers, very unfortunate how they didn't make the playoffs last year. It should have ended in a tie. Raiders, we do not forgive you. Organization, please don't do that ever again. We wanted both you guys to meet up. I think you guys, if I remember correctly, I think the Raiders would have played. It doesn't even matter. We're looking at the hot take. Last year's last year, but all 4 teams making the playoffs. It's going to be hard. I don't think it will happen. I think the Raiders probably stay out of it. Maybe for the bare minimum. It's either between the probably the Raiders and the Chargers. But I mean, the Chargers look stacked. They just picked up Khalil Mack. They just re-signed Derwin James. Oh man, it's so hard to see. But as you can see, the matchups here: Mahomes versus Wilson. We can see that twice. We get to see Wilson versus Herbert twice. We get to see Wilson and Carr twice. It's gonna be that's his caption here. Wednesday division. Hot take number 2. Tom Brady looks his age in 2022. I mean, Tom Brady's ageless. You know, this is no comment towards Brady. He's always been good. You know, people say that he's been carried by the defense. I do believe he has been carried to the defense, but at the end of the day, who scores the points? Who has the rock every single play of the game? It's Tom Brady, and he has those 7 rings for a reason. This is not even a hot take. Good job. Oh, that's it. Well, small one. Probably won't have this in the video. All right, we'll just cut this out. Next one, let's go. Here at NFL.com, they have some bold predictions. Adam Shailene. I'm not sure if I said that right. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. But let's read. Let's do it. The Patriots will finish 14th in the AFC pecking order. So we got number 1 Buffalo Bills. Agree. Chargers have improved themselves to be number 2. I just don't see that happening. And just spacing off the list, you have Kansas City below Denver. You know, they lost Tyreek Hill, but I mean, they still got Mahomes, they still got Kelsey, and they still got... I'm out here doubting myself. What do you know? It's hot take. You can't have the Patriots behind Jacksonville. You can't. Patriots made the playoffs last year with the rookie Mac Jones. They just lost to Buffalo, you know. This list isn't too good. I don't think I like this AFC hierarchy. I can't even pronounce everything right. Sorry. Where the Browns at? There they are. 10th. That's tough. And I don't know about this list. I don't know. The Chargers field a top 3 offense and defense. There's no doubt on paper this team is loaded, but we haven't seen the game happen yet. I just still need more. I need action. I need to see this team in action. I need to see them win in order for them to be considered top 3 offense and defense. This is a very hot take. I think this happened before with the Chargers with Phillip Rivers, but they didn't even make the playoffs. So, oh man, you know, they got all these people: J.C. Jackson, Khalil Mack, Kyle Van Noy, Sebastian Joseph Day. That's just so hard. It's just, I guess this is a really hot take. I just don't believe this is happening. Maybe top 5, but that's just a stretch. Heading on number 3, Aaron Rodgers 3-peats at MVP. I do not believe this is gonna happen. I do not believe. You know, I was giving a bunch of stuff to Joe Burrow winning it. I am a Josh Allen stan. I do believe Josh Allen would go off this year and win the MVP, perhaps even win the Super Bowl. Buffalo is one of those teams that's just competitive. They're hard, and the fans, you know, you can't leave the fans out. But A-Rod repeating or 3-peats as MVP, I just don't see it happening. Rodgers lost Devontae Adams, his main weapon. That's all he throws it to. With what the other guy, Alan Lazard, who's been that good second receiver. I just don't see him becoming number 1. And with A-Rod having a bunch of young core receivers, I think I saw a post of Bleachers Report posting that they were doing a lot of drop pass. A-Rod commenting on the young core. I'm very excited to see what Aaron Rodgers could do. I'm not going to count him out. Probably finishes 3rd, perhaps 4th. You know, I got to bring in those young people like Herbert. You got to bring in Allen. Keep on repeating myself. You can't leave out Patrick. You cannot leave out Jackson, Lamar Jackson. And I'm sneaking that in there because I'm a Cardinals fan. You cannot leave Kyler Murray out. He had a terrific season last year. It's just everything went downhill. But we can't leave those people out. A-Rod 3-peating as MVP. Hot take indeed. This is what I like. But I don't think it's going to happen. Number 4, so you guys saw the blow. Derek Carr leads the league in passing yards. I think it could happen. I actually believe this will happen. It's going to have you got Darren Waller fresh off the boot. You have Josh Jacobs, perhaps a little slot throw it to him through the flats. You have picked up Devontae Adams, the best receiver in the league behind Cooper Kupp. Adams, you have no excuses here. Or not Adams. Derek Carr, you have no excuses here. It's playoff for bust. You picked up the best receiver in the league. You have some really good slots. You have some good with what's his name? The receiver from Clemson. I remember where he played from Clemson. Hunter Renfrow. Yeah, thank you, Liz. But no excuses this year. You have a good receiving core. You have a good tight end, and you have a really decent O-line. It's just a matter of defense putting out, special teams putting out, and you putting together an MVP caliber team. Let's do it. I love you. I love the Raiders. They're a really good team. And then probably capping off. No, I lied. There's still a lot more. This is probably gonna be the last one I do, just to end it off something sweet and nice. But number 5, Nick Bosa wins Defensive Player of the Year. Hot take. Nick Bosa. Right now, comments currently you're injury prone. I do believe you just get yourself injured too much. You gotta play. You play fiercely. You play like a true competitor. But at the end of the day, you're just hurting your body more than how are you gonna win these awards? You won Defensive Rookie of the Year, if I remember, and it's just so hard for you to compete against Aaron Donald. You know, the new Khalil Mack going with the Chargers. You have to compete perhaps with T.J. Watt, J.J. Watt. It's so hard, you know. Just gotta compete hard. Nick Bosa, you probably have your chance. This is potentially a really hot take, but it all depends if you don't get injured. If you don't get injured, you're gonna be good, and I believe you're gonna be good as well. Even though the Niners look scary, not with their quarterback, I actually feel like they did Jimmy Garoppolo really dirty. But I'm just a viewer. They're the organization. Let's move on. The Cardinals missed the playoffs. I think this is just a shot towards me. They're like, oh, Sebastian's gonna read this article. Let's just put that in there just to boom, boom, boom. I'm just like, what the heck? Cardinals misses the playoffs? My almost unbiased opinion, the Cardinals do not miss the playoffs. They are at least a first-round team, wild-card team. And you know, the new seeding, the format is kind of weird, but I do believe they're a wild-card team at the minimum. It's just very unfortunate that they met with the eventual NFL champions, Super Bowl champions, the Rams, in the very first wild-card. I think as long as just the Cardinals play as the Cardinals, they're gonna play good. They could have the potential to win the NFC West last year, but they just lost to the Seattle Seahawks. Potentially that could have changed up the playoff format. The Rams would have been playing the Niners, I think, or I have no idea how it would have worked out. But 6, it's a hot take. The Cardinals missing the playoffs, but I do not believe it's gonna happen. I do believe in Kyler Murray. I do believe in Kyler Murray. I do believe in DeAndre Hopkins. Hopefully he comes back healthy within week 7 due to his drug affiliation, 6-game suspension. It all depends with the O-line. No offense to Kyler Murray, he is a little short to be playing quarterback in the NFL compared to like the 6'6" O-line he has to be looking upon. But he's been doing terrific. I love you, Kyler Murray. You've been doing amazing. But I really hope, as a fan, now I'm bringing up the fans, you don't miss the playoffs and just for your own sanity. I love you, Cardinals. We'll do well this year. Moving on, J.K. Dobbins was Comeback Player of the Year. If I do remember correctly, he tore his Achilles? Or no, his ACL, there we go. Oh, it's hard. If he's going to be number 1, if he's number 1 receiver, or no receiver, running back for Baltimore, it's going to be hard to play. He needs to have his yards compared to Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's a dual threat. Obviously, he loves to throw the rock, but he also loves to run with it. And there's nothing wrong with having the dual threat quarterback. But it just throws out like the meaning of the running back, you know. It's a hard one. J.K. Dobbins, I'll keep an eye on you, potentially in fantasy as well. I do want you to succeed. You were amazing at Ohio State, but you just gotta stay healthy, man. Just stay healthy. I think this is the last one. How many more do we got? Oh, we got 2 more. Justin Jefferson's ranked 3 in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. Okay. It all depends within Kirk Cousins. The receivers, it always has to come with the quarterback. If Kirk Cousins has a terrific year, I do believe Justin Jefferson ranks 3. I think Justin Jefferson could be the best receiver in his class, the best receiver in the league. Honestly, he's been proving it so well behind DK Metcalf and whatnot. But top 3 in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. That's tough. I don't remember his yards. I think this is what you guys think, but I don't remember his yards last year. But within the 2 years, you can see right here, the 2 seasons, he's been having 98 grabs, 1,508 yards, and 9 scores. That's pretty good. But top 3 in this hot take. I'm ready for you, Justin Jefferson. You're actually a really good player. I love watching you play at LSU, especially that 1 year with Joe Shiesty. And the Bears finishes with the worst record. You know, they're gonna have competition with Atlanta. Atlanta doesn't look too good. A lot of people saying that they have like the worst roster ever, but that's hard to say. Let's see, Justin Fields. I think he could prove many people wrong. You just gotta have with the attitude between the head coaches, the team, and how they roll. You know, I feel like every 53-man roster is just not because they're bad. It's just because they haven't proven themselves yet. If they prove themselves, I think the Bears could win at least 6 games. Maybe under 6 games, but that's where I have my threshold at. Under 6 games, over 6 games. I think he can do it. I think the Bears won't finish the worst record, but they do have the potential, perhaps, competition with Atlanta. But hey, we'll see. All right, we will be wrapping up this video now. Thank you guys for watching so much. This is the hot takes, what I have personally. We just have a few websites that we looked up, see what different people think, and just giving out what it is. Very, very nice hot takes. I actually really enjoyed looking at them, giving out my own explanation. Obviously as fans, all we have to do is just wait till kickoff. Buffalo Bills against the Rams. I just cannot wait. Maybe if you guys are watching the preseason, you guys have some highlights of some people who you think will make the team, who will not make the team. But other than that, I think is where you're going to conclude this video. Thank you guys for watching so much. If you're just a viewer, normal or that, please click the subscribe button. It helps me out so much, and gets me started towards what I pursue. Could be very well known YouTube channel that I could do for fun while I also study at college. I'll keep you guys updated on everything. Next video, who knows what it will be. But other than that, thank you guys for watching so much. My name is Sebastian. You guys can just call me Sebas, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, guys.